us Annie Hanson. She is the founder and owner of The Closet Niche. Annie, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you guys for allowing me to be here. I certainly appreciate it.
So, before we start picking on you,
Okay.
tell us a little bit about what Closet Niche actually is.
Yes, we are a custom closet company, but we are so much more than just closets. We do everything from garages, pantries. We do everything basically but kitchens and bathrooms. So we come in and we help people with organizational solutions. We don't necessarily do like the packing up of the personal items, the unpacking of the personal items. We just give them the actual systems and solutions put in place for them to actually be able to organize.
And I'm at your website. It is theclosetniche.com.
Yes.
Again, theclosetniche.com. I encourage people to go by and take a look at it. It is a great website. It's got a lot of detail to it. I can tell you're a detailed person.
Very.
I could just tell by the website that you've given a lot of thought to the detail of all the different things that you do, which is important for the business that you do.
Absolutely.
Okay, but this is Local Biz Now. We do not just talk about the business.
Right.
We talk about the business owner.
Oh, great.
You didn't just wake up on a Tuesday and decide you wanted to be in a closet business, did you? Give us a little bit of your background.
Believe it or not, I actually have been in pretty much a lot of different backgrounds, sad to say, but went to school for business management.
Be sad to say that. I find that most small business people about every 6 to 7 years
try different adventures.
Themselves.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
But I've done everything, like started in business management, decided I was going to go with Lowe's corporate, working in the big box retail environment. Left from that, was a flight attendant at one point in time for Hooters Air, who is no longer open.
Hooters Air?
Hooters Air.
I didn't even know they had air.
Right?
Best double dipped wings on the planet. Let me tell
On the plane, you can get the wings?
So not so
maybe
much.
not.
We had chicken wraps, but it was
Chicken
still
wrap.
a lot of fun. There was 2 flight attendants on each plane. We had a blast.
That
It
was
was
cool.
it was like a big party.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even know that.
yeah.
How long ago was this?
Oh, back 2003, 2004 time frame was when I was.
So they fly you from one town to another to go to Hooters.
So we were actually charter in that we only flew to certain destinations, but commercial in that anybody could fly with us.
Right.
It was just we mainly catered to people that wanted to be like flying to golf courses and stuff like that. But
Got
it was
it.
a lot of fun. We did trivia games and loud music on the plane, and had to calm people down from time to time. But
I'm
it was
sure.
still a lot of fun.
I'm sure.
It was one of my single like
I got
no
it.
kids time days,
I got it.
and
I
it
got
was
it.
a lot of fun. So.
Okay, all right.
After that, I just adventured into a few other things. After Lowe's corporate, became, believe it or not, a massage therapist, and thought that I wanted to go back to school to, be more into like the medical field. Ended up having an accident, and I have a accident on my horse, so I have a plate and 14 screws now. So made that a little impossible to keep that job. But even with that, I decided I wanted to still be a business owner. So I opened up Carolina Club Spa that I had the accident and ended up shutting that business down, and went to go work for a company, still local. I was still local, but went to work for a company in Elmsford, New York, basically selling back to big box retail type accounts for coffee. Right before COVID happened and started coming through, they were doing some downsizing, and that's when I decided, what is it that I truly want to do? And believe it or not, friend of the family had reached out and said, hey, there's a company down in Fort Mill, South Carolina that's looking to hire designers. And I said, for what? And she's like, they design custom closets and things. And I thought, no, this is not for me.
Right, right.
I like to do, and she's like, well, you're really good at interior design. I'm like, yeah, but that's for my own house. To do that for somebody else's is just not, I don't know. Idea just kept staying in the back of my head. And I said, well, I'm going to pray about it. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And sure enough, the opportunity just kind of kept popping back in my head.
Right.
And I thought, that is kind of strange. I can walk into a room, see a blank wall, and kind of envision the way that I think it should look.
Right. Which is a skill set people
that
don't
not a lot of
realize
people
that.
have.
Right.
Yep. And at the same time, it's like I love working with people, and I love having personal relationships and selling. Sales is kind of where I've always been in and where I've thrived. So
Jim and I knew that even when you were outside looking in that window out there. We could tell.
Well, that's
Jim said, let her in.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you. At least I got you on my side
You
at
and me.
least. Yeah. That's a closed deal right there.
I
So-
know. You closed him from the other side of the door.
Hey, I got. This has been bothering me since I was finding out all about you.
Okay.
What is the best room in the house or garage that you guys like to organize and structure for?
Yeah. Well, obviously master closets are, but if it's not a master closet, I love entertainment centers or built-ins. There's a lot of detail that go into those. And believe it or not, when I went into the industry, I've been doing this for a little over 6 years now, and ended up working for 2 other closet companies before I decided to open my own. I learned a whole lot of do's and a whole lot of don'ts
Yes.
in
Yeah.
the industry. For me, relationships has been number one from the beginning, and I feel like I'm able to bring something a little different than all my other competitors are, in that the relationship has to be there first and foremost. A lot of people do not understand that or get that.
Well, and in your industry, the reason why it's so important is because you really need to help me discern exactly what I need. Because a lot of times I don't know.
No, right.
I know I don't like what I have, but I really don't know what I need.
Right, right.
So it does take somebody to help you do that.
Right, right. So I'm sorry, I kind of got off.
Oh no, but just the favorite thing you like to do
Yeah.
with a room
Oh, yeah.
or garage is because
Yeah.
you got to declutter, you got to organize, you got
Yeah.
to kind of put things together.
So there's nothing better than walking into somebody's house, and it's either in a man cave, in their actual living rooms, in their main rooms, and see all the details. You find out they have kids and they're trying to get, toy storage to hide it all away. It's got to still make sense. It's got to make sense for their items. So really digging into their personal lives to put together what they really need is so important. It's not just about slapping some cabinets up there and giving them some versatility and adjustability. It's about
So-
truly finding what works for their
A-
lifestyle.
Annie, I told you that I've owned a lot of small
Yep,
businesses, and the closet manufacturing business was one of the business I owned that was my favorite business. And there was something about taking a 4x8 sheet of melamine, which is what we used
Right.
back in the day. I guess you still use
Yes.
melamine, and turn it into a closet.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked it. Right? You were making something out of nothing. And the thing that surprised me is how much I like things neat and organized.
organized.
I didn't know that about myself, right?
Well, I didn't
Until
know
I
that bad
realized
either.
it was an option, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Most people that call you, it's about the organization, isn't it?
Every bit of it is.
Yeah.
Every bit of it is. And it's all about where they've got themselves to a circumstance or a time in their life where they just can't take it anymore. And you're walking in and
I have to have a place for this stuff.
right. And of course everybody wants like the bells and whistles for it to just look pretty too. But it's not just about it looking pretty. And a lot of people say, well, it's just a closet. Well,
Yeah.
you're talking to somebody that does that for a living. So
But it's just how your day starts.
that's right.
Good, bad,
right.
organized, or not organized.
That's right. And we're helping people to like start your day off right and be more organized and be more structured so that therefore the rest of your day might be a little bit more organized and
Right.
structured as well.
So let's take a break. When we come
Yeah.
back, we'll talk some more about really, we call it the closet business. It's really the organization business.
That's right.
You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. We are talking with the Closet Niche founder and owner, Annie Hanson, and we will be right back if Jim can get this question right. What do you do, Jim? Who are you, Jim, on Monday afternoon?
I am the co-host of Your Business Matters.
We got to work on that. We really do.
Local Biz Now. It's Halloween.
Yeah, we'll be right back. He is my co-host for the entire month. He is the founder of IMU Social Media Experts. Jim, buddy, thank you so much for being here. I
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
I have enjoyed you picking on me, and I'm going to have to sharpen my skills for the next time that you're here to keep up with you. We also have Annie Hanson. She is here. She's the founder and owner of The Closet Niche. Please go to her website. It is an exceptional website. I also like your Facebook page.
Thanks.
You do a really nice job of describing what it is you do and how you can do it. And I could tell you know what you're doing and you put a lot of energy and effort into what you're doing. I can see that, right? And what it is you're doing. So I encourage people to go to your website, theclosetniche.com. Annie, when we went to break, you said, threw me for a loop, how do you feel about a woman coming to your house with a tool belt on? And I went, okay. But it took me a minute, right?
Right.
And Jim, you wanted to ask her that question, which is, being a woman, how does it affect the business?
It's a challenge at times, isn't it? People still will stereotype a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not kidding. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, especially the good old guys, right? Because it's the good old guys.
Yeah.
So how do you handle something when they, not that they're disrespecting you, but they're not listening?
Right. No, and that's
I
exactly
would
what
be
I get.
surprised if she walked in my home and I sold to one. I wouldn't stop her. I would just say,
You would kind of question whether or not I'd be able to do the work.
You
I
would.
could do the pretty designing,
okay,
but could
right,
I actually do the
right.
installing?
But here's the thing. If you know how poorly I swing a hammer,
Right.
I'd be positive you could do it better than me.
Right,
Just
right.
that you even got the belt on. So I would give you the benefit of the doubt, but you're right. There was 7 to 10 seconds of me
Where you're like,
saying, can she do this?
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So when I started the business, obviously, I took a big, huge leap of faith and jumped right in that I was going to do it. I started it in my garage. So it was just me by myself, purchased my truck, had it wrapped. Obviously had structures and plans, but until you have people to delegate some of those things to, you're
Right.
doing it all your own. So
Right.
I knew it was going to be a lot of effort I was going to have to put into. So there was absolutely, I did the designing. I purchased the 3D software to be able to do the actual designing, going out. And then, of course, somebody's got to do the installs until I
Yeah.
get big enough. Well, I ended up opening the business in early 2022. And believe it or not, when I opened it, within the first 2 weeks, I was booked with an install every single day from like that point on. And
I believe that because what I know about the business,
yeah,
the truth is, if you were coming to my home and saying, I'm going to do the install, or I'm going to at least supervise the install, I'd be like, cool. Like I would,
Yeah.
because the minute I met you, right?
Right.
Now, if I didn't know you and I saw you come walking in with
Sure.
a tool belt on, I'd call my honey.
Yeah.
We might need to make a phone call. I'm not sure about this.
Yeah.
But the minute I met you, I get it. I
Yeah.
absolutely can get it because you're a detailed person, and that's what this industry is all about.
Oh, it not only about that, but like I can sell to you all I want to. I can have the personal relationship, but when it comes to installing can make or break it. So the installers just have to be just as good. I can say that I'm going to do this and show you pictures of what I'm going to provide, but if it can't follow through with install
Right.
being top notch, and that's so vitally important. So really, in all honesty, at this point, my team, I have an office manager now, just hired my first designer to work with me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. She's in training right
good.
now. So I've got her through a brutal 90-day training process. And then I have 2 trucks now. I just purchased my second truck. We have 2 teams going. My husband has a very successful business that he sold to come work for me as my operations manager.
that's fun.
So, because it's so vitally important that I know what's going on out in the field. And I also want to be at every install, but that's sometimes not possible if you have 2 installs going on the same day.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, it's important. But I will never ask my installers to go out and do something that I have not gone out and done myself. So, installing for me to understand the whole entire aspect of it. So,
And when you're selling to a client, you could say, yes, we can do that. No,
That's
we can't
exactly
do that.
right.
Let me tell you why we can't.
that's exactly
But
right.
how about this? Would this work?
That's right. So I actually require every single one of my employees, whether they're my office manager, installers, the new designer, everybody has to go out and do an install.
I
they
love
understand.
that. I absolutely love that because once they realize what it takes, because it's not like extremely hard to install a closet, right? And so once you learn that, it will help you be much better at serving the client.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's not. It's not that it's rocket science by no means. There's a lot of numbers that go to it. There is a lot of things that make you have to sit back and think a little, from time to time. Walls and floors, as you know, being in the industry, walls and floors are never level. Those
Right,
are things
right.
you have to work with the best that you can too. So yeah, I mean, with us not being just closets, and we do everything from garages, we do every built-ins, all those things, pantries. There's thousands and thousands of things in the world you could do
Right.
as far as designs, but we try our best to put the best designs
So
together
what's-
and install it.
What is the perfect profile client for you? What kind of client is a good fit for you? If they're listening right now, how can you help them? Describe that person.
Well, basically the homeowner that knows they need organization. They feel like they're kind of coming unglued with, they've got all these items, they've got all these things, but they need a little bit more structure, a little bit more organization. They need to know that things have a place. That's my person. And really, in all honesty, it doesn't have to be just a homeowner. It could be even commercial properties, any types of places that need more organization, need more structure, absolutely, we can come in and help them. Whether it, pretty much every place in your home, other than the kitchens and the baths, are places that we can absolutely come up with help. But we're different. It's different than like it's not the same as in like a custom builder. I think they are very, very skilled, but custom builders that come in and build, just
Well, custom builders will ask you to build the
to build it,
closets for them.
right?
That's
Because one, we can do it more cost effectively. Two, our product brings something that custom builders building this out of just natural raw wood cannot offer, and that's adjustability and versatility on actual organizational solutions. They have to make sense for these people. They have to be able to move and adjust as people are putting their items in there. Well, maybe those aren't items that they're going to use next year. They need
Right.
for other spaces. This stuff is ever versatile. Some, like I hear all the time, people who all of a sudden need home offices in their house because they're no longer working at a corporate office anymore. We come in, we build them an office. Say couple years down the road, they decide, no, I don't want this to be an office anymore. Well, that's not a problem. We can change that as well. All of it is versatile. Say, for example, a lot of women and men, they're like, oh, we don't wear ties, business suits, things like that anymore, so they don't need the long hang. That's okay. We can make it a double hang.
Right.
Or they have it as double hang and they need it long hang. That's okay. All of this is versatile, and that's the key to these organizational solutions
Yeah.
that we're able to
And
bring.
it really is something that makes most of your clients feel so much better
Oh, it's a game
about
changer.
their lives. It really is.
It
I
is.
cannot explain to you watching clients in their eyes as we hand them their brand new closet or garages and that sort of stuff. It really does alter the way they think about their home.
Right. But at the same time, I went into business doing this because I want to be able to. There are a lot of competitors out there, but there are a lot of competitors out there that are saying, oh, we do it for this price and we could do it for this price and discount it here and discount it there. One of the bases of my business is I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be honest and upfront. I'm going to give you the lowest price guarantee. And that's one of the things that I do offer is the lowest price guarantee. I'm not saying that my product is any less. Actually, I would say my product is better
Right.
than there.
Right.
But at the same time, I think that these organizational solutions, even though they are custom, they may not be for everybody, but they can be affordable.
That's right.
And
This
just,
is not as expensive as people think to
it's
have
not.
custom, because everything you do is custom.
That's
So
right.
the word custom sounds expensive.
it doesn't
but
mean it
it's
has
not.
to be
That's right.
expensive.
That's right, because you choose what you want that to look like.
Right. But custom does come with a price, of course, so there is cost to it. But at the same time, you're not buying a IKEA product. I do put a lifetime warranty on the product, so it's very important, that you still give a great quality product that makes sense for people.
So what advice would you give somebody who's thinking about getting started in business? Because you really are this. She described herself, Jim, and she really was describing building up to being self-employed, right? You know, her history. Well, what advice would you give somebody thinking about getting started?
In a business to do
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Oh,
Well, it doesn't have to be your business, but just
but in business.
Yeah.
Well, first they got to really sit back and think, like, okay, do you have a plan in place? Like, I think it's very important to sit down and kind of put together a SWOT analysis. What are your strengths that you can bring? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities? Where are the threats in all of this? Sit down and get a plan for yourself. Make a goal. If there's a goal in place, then you have something to actually work towards. Once you've met that goal, come up with another goal to push towards, where you're always working for something, working towards something that helps you to
You're
thrive.
making Jim smile right now. You're saying,
Well, because everything you're saying for the last 15 minutes, right,
Yeah.
is focused on results.
That's right. That's right. It's got to be results.
That's my, I'm so anal about results.
Right.
I only want that in life now.
But Jim,
That it sounds wonderful what you're talking
but
about.
Jim, there's another piece to that is you can talk about results, you can try to show results, but if you cannot stand by your word, so a big thing is if you are going to make a commitment and you're going to make a promise to something, your word is everything. Yes,
Absolutely.
the handshake may not exist anymore, but your word is still everything. So, in all honesty, I based my business on the fact that if you say you're going to deliver on something, deliver on it when you say you're going
And
to.
there's so much more we could talk about, but
Sure is. Annie, we'll have to get you back. Annie is the founder and owner of The Closet Niche. Please go to her website, theclosetniche.com. It is exceptional. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate
You are
it.
listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone, and hopefully Jim is going to end this show correctly. If it's Monday afternoon, say it, Jim, say it.
your business matters.
Yeah, we got him to do it finally. We'll see you next week.
That's awesome.
The new 105.9